My name is Trampus Harmon. I'm a cattle rancher here in Southern Oregon. I'm a graduate of Oregon State University with a Bachelor of Science in Ag Science. I grew up on the dairy farm here that was Harmon and Son Dairy, and then while I was active duty military, my father sold the dairy cows and bought beef cows, and after my retirement, I moved home and we have since been raising cattle together for the last 10 years as a partnership. I'm here to talk about Argentina beef sales and imports. I know that it's been in the news a lot recently and it's been sort of a hot topic, and this is just my local view of some of the impact and what it means to you as the consumer. Argentina in 2024, they exported 900,000 tons of beef. That's total. That's what they exported to China and the U.S. and other countries. So that's about 1.8 billion pounds of beef. To put that in context, the U.S. we eat about 28 billion, almost 29 billion pounds of beef in a year. That's 551,000 pounds of beef per week. And Argentina's total exports, not just their U.S. exports, would be about 3 weeks worth of beef for the United States. It has caused some market fluctuations in the U.S. It caused some of the futures to crash for U.S. beef. It, however, has not really affected any of beef sales that are going on currently. I'm still seeing record-setting beef sales in the auctions. Um, I know that there has been an increase in beef prices, and if they bring in Argentina beef, the only one who's going to make money on Argentina beef is going to be the packers, Big Four, JBS, um, Tyson, National Beef, and there's one more. Um, they're the only ones who are going to make money because they're going to import the beef and they're going to mix it in with U.S. beef, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. But there's not going to be any farmers making any money on the Argentina imports. All the money that we have made, because there has been an increase in money for our beef, and all the money that we have made, we have spent here locally. Like any dollar you spend on the farm buying our beef goes back into the farm. I've in the last year I've purchased roofing, I've purchased gutters, I've purchased equipment, I upgraded my pumps. I now have a variable speed drive, a variable frequency drive irrigation pump. We went from two 40 horsepower pumps where we were pulling water out of the river for irrigation, and now we're running one 100 horsepower pump. It is more efficient, even though it is larger. And so all the money that comes into local beef, whether you purchase it from us, from Plaisance, or any of the other local ranchers, it all goes back into the local community. It's not going overseas. It's not going to make stockholders richer in these big four companies. It's going here local, back into the community. When we had COVID happen, we saw prices increase in this grocery store. And then when the shortage of shippers and the shortage of grocers and the shortage of everything went away, we saw the prices not come back down. And I sort of feel like that's going to be the same thing that's going to happen right now. The big four are going to get this cheap beef in, and then they're going to keep all that profit. Kroger is currently charging $8.50 a pound for a pound of 80/20 ground beef. I don't see it coming down to pre-pandemic levels or pre even this last increase in beef prices, even if they do import all of the beef instead of just doubling their imports to the U.S. From Argentina. It's not going to happen. Grocery stores, large retailers like that are notorious for, once they see they can charge $8.50 a pound, they're going to continue charging $8.50 a pound. And so that's just my thoughts on local beef and how it's affected by Argentina beef, honestly, I hate to see it. I think customers should know where their beef comes from. If you want to get Argentina beef, that's fine with me. But I do feel like you should know, and that's one of the things that they've just introduced legislation. It's one of the first pieces of bipartisan legislation that's been around as far as the meat industry uh, for labeling of beef, of where it comes from. Um, and I can talk about that more in a later video. But that's just some of my thoughts and how this affects us. Thank you.